And just like that, I am live. Yes, okay, welcome back to another live rendition of King Carry where we key and we carry. Unfortunately, I am solo tonight as Damon had to work, so couldn't make the live. So you just have the carry in the building. So I hope you guys are ready for this Chasing Atlanta Forever review. Um, I gotta stop saying I'm so much. I'm just excited to be here. Like I haven't done a solo interview. I'm sorry, a solo review. I think since I interviewed Diego from Bad Boys Club Texas. So shout out to Diego. Also shout out to everybody that's gonna watch this on the playback. Also shout out to everybody that's gonna join me tonight on this good fucking Friday, baby. It's the weekend. Shout out to the two people that are here already. Thank you for being here. But yes, it's Friday, baby. In some cases, it's payday. So shout out to that because we love a fucking payday. It's the weekend. Okay. Make sure y'all got y'all a drink, your party favors, all of that good shit, because we about to get into some shit. So Chasing Atlanta Forever, season 6, episode 2, The Icon Meets the Pain. Y'all gotta forgive me, I've been drinking, so like between like the alcohol and like the oil on my skin, I'm like dewy as fuck right now. Anyway, Chasing Atlanta episode 6. Yes, thank you for being here, Aaron. Aaron Wazout is in the motherfucking building. Like I said, on this Good Friday, y'all always about to get into it because this episode was interesting. A lot happened this episode. So let's just get right on into it. I said, also feel free to leave comments in the chat. I'll definitely highlight them. Let me know what you guys thought of this episode. If you had a favorite this episode, if you had like a favorite moment or something that stood out to you this episode, maybe a favorite fit, a favorite wig, put it in the comments. I'll definitely highlight it. But I said this was a decent episode. Like, it's a lot of sit downs, kind of like a lot of rehashing, like drama or people talking about like just like what they have going on or whatever. But I did say amongst the conversation, there was a lot of conversations that had like substance or like depth to them. I feel like so far this is like only episode 2 of this season, but a lot of the conversations that have been held are very mature. I feel like this season or this cast, they took the break from season 5 and they did a lot of self-reflecting and they came back really mature, like really not so like angry and like guns blazing like season 5, but a lot of conversations that was had this episode were very interesting, very deep, very intellectual, conversations that need to be held in the community or that need to be had in the community, especially with all the crazy shit that's just going on. Like these are conversations that need to happen. So the first thing that happens, episode 2, season 6, Chasing Atlanta, we're gonna get right into, or it goes right into Cast Nine's cookout. I'm sorry, excuse me. Cast Nine's barbecue. Baby, the first thing, like, why did Oliver have his hand on Kendra's neck like that? Like, I guess you're trying to console her. Like, you're trying to comfort her. But baby, you console somebody like this. Baby, not like this. I'm like, my goodness. Like, not the hand around the throat. What's a Siki say? Get off my neck. Why y'all holding my neck like that? Shout out to anybody that watches Baddies East. But yeah, Oliver had his hand around Kendra's neck, and I was like, that's a little weird. But Oliver got that BBL, and it's basically Oliver been showing out since he got that surgery. We gonna talk about it, but that stood out to me. Shout out to Pickens Plays. Pickens Plays is in the building. Yeah, they seem to have mellowed out a lot as a cast, a lot of maturity in these first 2 episodes. Yeah, a lot. Like, just the conversation is not a lot of arguing, or a lot of people of this cast, it seems like a handful of this cast are taking accountability for the shit that they've done or that they've said. So instead of a lot of he say, she say, which I really do not miss, I don't care about that shit, honestly. It's just straight to the point. Like, it seems like it's straight to the point. I did this. How can we move forward? And I'm absolutely living for this goddamn growth. Dom's conversation with Kendra. Dom was over this goddamn conversation. I don't know if Kendra was like possibly intoxicated. Excuse me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, but the fact that Kendra decides to take time away from the show for her mental health, I said it spoke volumes. Just because she realized that she was in a situation that was possibly detrimental. She removed herself from it before, something explosive with herself and a cast member moved or, happened. So I thought that was really big of her. Just because mental health is just arguing all the day or all the time, going back and forth is draining. It is absolutely fucking draining. So, like I said, I applaud Kendra for realizing that she needs to take time away for herself, to work on herself, to better herself. And I hope when she does return, like if she does come back to like a Chasing franchise, or even if she doesn't return to television, just in her music and her craft, I hope that like there's a growth. Not saying that like Kendra is like a bad person, but she's just going through something right now, and it's just hard to watch her kind of just lash out. So hopefully she can find like solace and like peace and just come back a better and stronger person. But Kendra's I'm finna hit a line while puffing that damn cigarette. Like that's how I knew Kendra was on 10. Anytime somebody's in an argument and they puffing on a cigarette, she just about to go left. Like I see somebody arguing and they puffing a cigarette, I'm exiting stage left because it's I'm sorry, but I also found it weird that during this argument, Wayne the Pain just kind of played the background. He really kind of being Kendra's, I would say, best friend, like her manager, her support system. He kind of fell back and just kind of let Kendra kind of just like wow out. How would y'all like react in that situation? Like if you were Wayne, would you have just did what Wayne did, or would y'all have just let Kendra just spaz like in public at a place where this is her first her first time visiting this place and she's going crazy? So would y'all have like, I don't know, maybe escorted her off, like tried to get her to calm down, maybe escorted her off the property or took her somewhere where she can calm down? Like how would y'all have dealt with this situation? Personally, me, I probably would have pulled her to the side. um it's really not a good look to be a guest at somebody's house and to be spazzing. And I'm not judging Kendra. Please don't think this is an attack on Kendra, because I absolutely love Kendra. But me personally, I said Wayne being her friend, he should have definitely done something to diffuse that goddamn situation. Uh, I also wanted to know, does anybody from the cast know how many cigarettes Kendra smoked during this damn barbecue? Because Dom said she was pumping through a pack of Marlboros, and I fucking lost it. he made the comment that Kendra was like chain smoking during like their altercation. It's not funny, but like my girl was really going through it. So I just hope Kendra is in a better space, in a better headspace now. Like I love Kendra, so like I said, it's hard to see her just to go through this, or to see what she's going through. Twix also told Kendra that once I'm healed from my surgery, you can lotion my buttocks. I said that's real interesting, because King K might have first dibs on lotioning Oliver's BB of the L. But then I thought to myself, Twix said that his oven is self-cleaning. And we're going to move right along on that. We're going to move right the fuck along. So my girl, Spicy Original, thank you for being here, Spicy Original. Spicy is in a building on this good motherfucking Friday. Shout out to everybody that's here. Shout out to everybody that's going to watch this on the playback. Thank you, like, baby, it's Friday and it's motherfucking Chasing. But also, not to keep harping on Kendra, but Kendra, during the conversation where she started talking about sacrifices and like how much I work, and people don't really appreciate it. My girl was kind of spraying that liquor bottle, and I was like, "Ooh, I get you passionate, Kendra, in a moment." But she was letting off on that damn, I think it was De Leon tequila. I was like, I wonder who bought that bottle. Because I would be tight if I bought a bottle so function and somebody just spit all over the fucking bottle. Like, I would be tight. I love you, Kendrick, but I'm gonna feel some type of way if somebody spits on my bottle. Because I'm not gonna want to, I can't drink it no more. Like, I ain't touching that goddamn bottle, so it's yours, baby. That's yours. You can have it. And then to end the Castanine's cookout, shout out to Rico Castanine, by the way. Big shout out to Rico Castanine. So 7 attends the barbecue, the function. And I said she just came with bullshit excuses. Please let me know in the comments how y'all feel about this. If I'm wrong, but if I call somebody a friend and you ghost me for 5 months, I'm gonna leave you just where you at. We don't really have anything to talk about. It's just that I said Willa is really I love Willa. I've loved Willa last season. I'm loving Willa this season because her perspective, I guess, on everything that happened last season and this season is just, I love Willa. You can tell she's in a different headspace versus like season 5. But Willa just seems like she has a really big, like, forgiving heart, just open, just because she just welcomed Seven back with like open arms. But I think I can't remember who I had the conversation with, but somebody was basically like, "Oh, it's probably Seven transitioning and Willow kind of wanting like to share that experience with somebody to have a sister." So I could see that. I could that's plausible. But like I said, me on the other hand, if you ghost me for like 5 months, now on top of that, you owe me money and you ghost me, baby. Yeah, you can stay over there. I also said I feel like people who call like their friends, "Oh, that's my brother, that's my sister," instead of their government, and it's "Hey brother, it's hey sister," that bitch is messy. That bitch is a problem. If it's always "Hey sister, hey twin," you're an issue, you're a problem, and I don't want to be around you. I'm noticing that with these web series. People are so quick to be like, "Oh, that's my sister," and be like the worst fucking friend. Literally the worst goddamn friend. So kind of just reminds me of last season when JL Moore shout out to JL Moore, but it just reminds me of last season when JL Moore was calling Cameron his friend and it turns out that they were fucking. So speaking of JL Moore, I'm sorry, I have one more note on the Seven and the Willa sit down. Like I just say I don't dislike Seven, but playing in Willa's face, like the excuses, the dog was shitting all over the house. Baby girl, you need to take that dog to a vet. It's not like it's time to put that bitch down. Like the dog was shitting all over your house for 5 months straight. Like that's nasty. And I know it's a pet, it's an animal, but you dealt with that for 5 months straight, baby. I know your neighbors were sick. Anyway, I just wanted to end this scene with saying rest in peace to the girl D. Rashawn. I forgot that she passed earlier, like this year. It's crazy because like 2023 just literally just flew by, it's flying by. But yeah, she passed in January, and I remember seeing the post on Instagram when the news broke. So again, I want to send my condolences to Dee's friends and her family, also to Willa and to Seven and anybody that was affected by her passing. But again, rest in peace to the girl D. Rashawn. But moving on to JL Moore and his house hunting, because this scene was interesting. This was real interesting. So JL Moore and his man Moreland, baby. Anytime I hear a man like a male name, and I think the prefix the prefix is LA. Ooh, I say I know this man messy. Lamar. Anyway, first of all, Jay in his confessional with this wig on. Now, I said I wasn't gonna harp too much on this wig because it feels like I'm coming for Jay, but he was in the confessional playing with this wig, and I said, "Girl, the hair's already thin. Like, you trying to pull out more tracks? Like, leave that shit alone." Like, I not go up for Jay, but the hair is sending me. Like, when it's up in a bun or a ponytail, I don't mind it, but when it's down, no, baby, you need about 4 more packs of hair on your head. Anyway, Lamoreland, Jay's beau, his man, my man. Shout out to my man because he's currently watching. Like, yeah, Lamarlin said he had 5 kids. I said that's interesting. That's that's real interesting. Honest, but it's interesting. Let me know in the comments, in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Could you date somebody with 5 kids? Me personally, I said no. And that's gonna sound like I'm being like super closed off, a little, judgy, judgmental, not really judgmental, but closed off. I need all of your attention. Now it's different if your kids are like teenagers, about to go to college, but if they're like toddlers, adolescents, oh no, baby. No Brady Bunch for me. I'm sorry. And I'm not judging people that have like multiple kids. If you're an active parent and you're in your child's life, we stand active parents at Kid Carry. But yeah, he said he had 5 kids, and I was just like, damn. I wonder if like biological, adopted, maybe fur babies. But I'm just curious, Jay. If you ever watch this, please let us know. If your man like if it's 5 like human children or 5 like pets. I tried to make that sound as least offensive as I could. I'm sorry. But yeah, let us know like the 5 kids. My goodness. Like I said, we stand at the parents. Like I said, if you have a lot of kids and if you're involved in their life, daily, okay, big ups to you. But please don't be out here and making like future and not taking care of your responsibilities, because that's tragic. Okay. Shout out to the chat. Pick and Play says 7 seems to like to call when they need. They seem to take but not give. That does seem to be a running theme with 7. Because didn't she have a falling out with JL Moore season 5 regarding like, I think like a fit Jay had like tailored for her or made for her or something, and then her getting her hair done by Willa and not paying. See, that's why I say you gotta look out for people like that. That's why you can't call everybody your friend. This isn't an attack on Drew, and I'm not like condemning Willa for continuing her friendship with Drew, but you just kind of got to be wary of like who you let in your space and who you call a friend, because like Willa said, baby, if we only friends when you need something or when it's cool. Like if I can't call you when shit get tough, like what type of fucking friendship is that? If you can call me to get your hair like done, like you can call me like, hey, you okay? How you doing today? So that's just me. That's how I am with my friends. So and that's how my friends are with me. We just kind of just know how to handle each other in certain situations. So moving along. I'm sorry. Spicy Original. 5 kids. That's a lot of kids, though. I can't imagine having 5 pets. Very true. I think pets would be probably way worse than 5 kids. Pets just have so much goddamn energy. I mean, kids have energy, but at least kids, they have diapers. At least babies, they have like diapers. So, I mean, I'd rather change 5 diapers than to have like 5 pets urinating and defecating through my house. I'm not even about to go there. Jay over there dating Nick. Not Nick Cannon, baby. I forgot Nick Cannon spent the past 2 years just procreating. He got about like 11 kids now or something like that. Who would have thought Nick Cannon, Nickelodeon's Nick Cannon, well, all these goddamn kids. Mr. Mariah Carey, though. Anyway, so moving on to Dom and Anthony's sit down. So I said I didn't get much from this scene other than Anthony is handsome and bodied as hell. He made a cameo, well, to my knowledge, because I just started watching Chasing Atlanta season 5. He made a cameo last season. And this is after the fight with the Dom and Cass. Anthony made a cameo last season, and like I saw him, but I kind of really didn't see him until this season. I was like, damn, homie is very attractive. But Dom keeps alluding to the fact that he was like homeless after his breakup with Anthony. So I was just curious, and also in the comments, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm wondering if the breakup with Anthony is what led to Dominique being like homeless, because he said like I was in my truck, or I lost my dog, or I was with my dog, I was in my truck, like I just didn't have a roof over my head. And in my head I'm thinking, and I'm not judging, but in my head I'm thinking, if I spent 8 years in a relationship with somebody, and I don't have any place to go or to stay, wouldn't that person, like my ex, I would go to them for like support, like. So I just kind of just curious on like the situation with Ant and Dom, like because did the relationship, them breaking up, did that lead to Dom's situation? Because Dom did say in a confessional, like, which I thought was really big of him. He said he felt like when he was in a relationship with Ant, like he crippled Ant, and I said that was a very big like self admission, because in most cases when people talk about their exes, it's always like, oh, my ex was this, my ex was that. It's never really what they did to the relationship or what they brought to the relationship. So I thought that was really big of Dom to say like, oh, I feel like he couldn't become the man he is now because of something that I did in a relationship. So um I also thought that it was I also thought that it was weird as fuck how the conversation with Anthony and Dominique shifted to Wayne, because Dominique said like, "Oh, why would I want to meet up with you for an apology?" I really thought like we were gonna get like some kind of background to the relationship, and it went straight to Wayne. So I was like, "Oh, okay." Like, so that's why I said I really didn't get much from the scene other than Wayne hit up Dominique's ex, and Dominique's ex is handsome as hell. So there was also like this scene, like this scene was also kind of just Dominique said something during this scene and it kind of like threw me off. So Dom's talking to Ant and he said like, you're one of my closest friends, and no, I'm not trying to have sex with you. And I'm like, whoa, like where the fuck are we going? Where are we going with this? Like, how do you go from meeting up for an apology to like, I feel like I can talk to you about anything and I'm not trying to sleep with you? So is it like, does Ant think like if Dominique gives him a compliment, it's gonna lead to them like smashing? Or I don't know. I just never had an ex be like, well, I don't talk to any of my exes, so that's why. But yeah, I just want to comment a little like, oh, you're one of my closest friends, and I'm not trying to sleep with you. It's like, I thought you were getting an apology. Where did sex come from? Like, yeah, that the sit down really didn't it left with me, it left more questions than answers, because like I said, I thought they were going to talk about what led to their breakup, but no, they decided to talk about Wayne. I wonder if the homes they Jay and his man looking to have a ton of guest rooms. Hopefully they have like a couple presidential suites, baby. 5 kids, 2 parents, and then Jay and his wiz. I feel like Jay's wiz need a room of their own. Like, so yeah, let's hope Jay did say I think the house that they were looking at was like 7 bedroom. Like, damn. I'm also curious as to how long Jay and his partner, his boyfriend, have been together. Does anybody know? Like, did Jay give a time frame of how long they've been together? Because like moving in, signing a lease, that's a pretty big step. Like, I could see if somebody was here and the other person was here, like 20-30 minute drive, but moving in together, and this man got kids, that's a big step. But Jay did say he's ready to play stepmom. So I said, that's big ups to you, baby, because I do not have the patience for that. But yeah, moving in together, very, very big step. So I wish Jay and his partner, his boyfriend, Moreland, baby, I wish them the best of luck, seriously. Like, moving in together. So shout out to that. That was a nice ass house, by the way. Jay got in the tub with them damn boots on. I would have charged his ass a cleaning fee for that. Like, okay. Well, yes, thank you for being here. I'm about to butcher your name. Ashley C. Well, thank you for being here. I think a new face newbie, something that is something they not saying talk about in the camera for sure. Very true. I feel like that scene was edited kind of crazy. Like I feel like they did get into some stuff and it was just edited to kind of talk about Wayne, which like me being a viewer, I don't really like want to know why Dom and his partner broke up, but if you kind of introduce that y'all are exes, I'll kind of not. We just like put two and two together as like for me as a viewer. So I'm not trying to figure out like what's going on with y'all. So um, is this the guy who left from homes because of the breakup? He seems really calm over it. I think this is. I think Ant is the same person that Dom broke up with, and it left him in that situation. Like I'm just trying to figure out. Um, did Dom like have to leave like there? I'm assuming they were together for 8 years. So I'm assuming they were possibly living together. Anyway, that's not my business, and I'm not trying to do all that because that is not what Kid Curry is about, baby. But like I said, big ups to Dom. I'm actually living for Dom this season. Like his reads, his shade. Um, I'm living for Dom. His growth, like I'm absolutely living for Dominique and Cassadine. Like a lot of people, like I said, took the break from last season and did like a lot of self reflecting. And I'm thinking they saw what like themselves last season or season 5, and it's just like So I appreciate the growth. We commend the growth. At Key and Carrie, shout out to that. Trying to find a bathtub that he could fit in must be hard. He said, "Damn, J67. Hmm, damn. Yeah, he might need like a custom size like tub or something. Take his ass outside and hit him with a water hose or something." Like, yeah, you need a probably a custom size. I did not know Jay was that tall. I thought maybe like 6'3", 6'4", but damn, 6'7". Damn. Mm. So moving on to the next scene, Tag T3. If you don't know about the T3, look it up, baby. Tag, Twix, and Willa, they sit down or they go have a like a little meetup. I think it was like a consulting firm for body sculpting and just like a bunch of different stuff. But I cracked up when Willa and Oliver were explaining to Tag what happened at Cassadine's barbecue, and fucking Siri just out of nowhere just came on like, "I'm here to help." Now, if you know anything about Key and Carrie, all right, y'all know that we have a long-standing beef with that trifling bitch Siri. Literally, just Siri is just be intervening in the worst way and at the wrong time. So I understand Tag's frustration because Siri just be doing the most. But um it seems like everybody that had beef last season made up, which I think is dope, is great, but they made up off camera. So I'm just curious to see how a lot of these conversations went. Like Oliver said him and Willa made up at a photo shoot off camera. He approached her, they talked, and I was like, damn, I would have loved to have seen like how Oliver approached Willa, like what his demeanor was, just given like how heated shit was at the season 5 reunion. Like I would have liked to have really seen like them work it out, like, you know, on camera. I also would have liked to have seen Cassadine and Dom like you know, make amends off camera. But it's cool that they're cool, they're cordial now on camera. And I feel like that's what's gonna make this season like kind of top tier and refreshing, is if Cassadine and Dom and Willa and Twix can kind of keep like just like these, I guess, allegiances, not really allies, but just be friendly with each other. It would make the season just like refreshing and like less draining. Like we know we need drama. We know we're gonna get drama, but like it's refreshing to just see them at least be cordial and get along for like these first 2 episodes. Because compared to last season, it just almost doesn't feel like the same cast of Chasing Atlanta. But it's really refreshing to see them get along. It's really good. But another thing that I'm noticing with this season of Chasing Atlanta is that some of the men do not have fucking manners. Now I was trying to think of the word for it. If I'm a gentleman and I see like a woman coming, I hold the door open for her or I pull her chair out. I know it's manners, but there's another term for it. Cause somebody help me out. I'm just realizing that like episode 1, when Jay and Willa met up at Willa's photo shoot, Jay walked out the door before Willa. Didn't hold the door open for her. Like, oh, you go first. No, literally walked out before her. This episode, Tag walked out the door before Willa. I'm like, damn, y'all niggas don't have manners? Like, we hold the door open for women. Like, okay, that's what it is. Chivalry. Thank you so much. I thought it was chivalry, but I didn't want to be wrong and have y'all shoot me up in the comments. So thank you, Ashley, and thank you, Pickens Plays. So okay, like yeah, it's lacking in Atlanta for some reason. And I always thought like people in the South were like super friendly, nice, polite. But no, it's kind of like cringy and kind of rubbing me the wrong way. Like you let the lady go through the door first, and then you follow behind her. So it's just a little weird to see that. I was like, oh no, it's cringy. Like the ladies always go through the door first. You hold the door open, she goes through first. But anyway, next scene is the Vogue session, the Garcon family Vogue session, baby. Okay, now I was living, you know, I'm kind of just becoming familiar with like the ballroom. So anytime I see people doing them damn acrobatic turns and spins and land on the floor and dipping on the floor, I am enthralled. I'm enthralled. I'm thrilled. I was thinking, what's the word I was looking for? Enticed. That's what it was. I'm enthralled, baby. Anyway, I'm thrilled when I see people like dipping and voguing and all that. So I said Cassadon is like the comedic relief of like this show. Him laying on the floor trying to dip, like he had broke his ankle or broke his hip, had me in tears. Like I live for Cassadon. His personality, his energy, how funny he is, like how self-aware he is. Like if anybody gets a spinoff from this show, I feel like it should be Cassadon. Like Cassadon needs his like own goddamn show, but I guess he like, bitch, I do got my own show, The Deception. Okay. Okay, loud and clear. But I said Cassadine. Okay, let me back up. So I did say it was cool to see them practice for the ball. Like I love to see people voguing. Tonka's brother, Savion, fine as hell, came in voguing, like the Pringles mustache. That mustache told me everything I need to know, baby. I need to get my mustache that thick. That's a grown man mustache. You see that, you just know, baby, it's about to be some trouble. So shout out to Savion, I'm sorry, in that mustache. Savion Garcon in that mustache. Excuse me. I said Savion's fine as hell. Cassadon broke the news of Kendra's exit, like Kendra had passed away. Like Kendra won't be with us anymore. Like, damn, like she's still here. Like, I'm sorry, but like it's like she in another world. Like, but like I said, I'm living for Cassadine. And I'm also, like I said earlier, I think it's really dope for Kendra to, you know, realize like I'm going through some shit right now, so let me take time away to better myself. So big ups to Kendra for that. Cassadine and Twix had a conversation about friendship, like, which I found refreshing. So like I said earlier, there was conversations that were held throughout this episode that I found like really genuine and really refreshing. So they talked about holding each other accountable as friends, which is crazy because I feel like on a lot of these shows, specifically like these web series, people kind of build the cast around their friendship. So they usually have like a bunch of yes men on the shows. So the fact that Twix was like, bitch, you can check me. I'm never above approach. So I'm like, that's my same exact, like, I guess my thought process when it comes to like my friendships. Like if you feel like you have to walk on eggshells or tiptoe around me, like then this we're not friends, and vice versa. If you can't come to me as a friend and like call me out on my shit, then we're not friends, and like vice versa. So I do like that they have a conversation where they have a friendship where instead of it, backbiting and a lot of back and forth and he say she say, it's just like, no, let's just squash this right now and just keep it moving. So that's, like I said, that's how I am with like that's how I am with my friends, and I have nothing but respect for like people who operate like that with their friends. Like nobody got time for drama. So like I said, we'll always have drama, but if it's gonna be drama, like make it interesting. So I thought this conversation with Twix and Cassadine, it was lit. It was lit. Excuse me. Let me not say lit. It was interesting. Interesting. There you go. Spicy Original said no home training in general. That's what it's giving. That's what it's giving. Because if I walked through the door before a woman, like in front of my mother, I probably would have got popped. In front of my aunts, I would have got popped. But that's just me. Not in terms of gender, but just friendship. I think they just see them as just one of the niggas. That's Atlanta for you. No shade. That's Atlanta for you, baby. And I'm not. Yeah, I'm being shady, but y'all know it. It's Atlanta. You know how they operate. Oliver's way of inviting the newbies to Oliver's way of inviting the newbies to his event, but not the OGs, was extra as fuck. I agree. It was almost like you bitches better be here, or you bitches are coming. It's like, whoa, pipe down. Like, I mean, I would like to see a mixer. What about how do y'all feel about it? Would y'all like to see a mixer with like the newbies and like the OGs? I mean, we had one at Cassadine's barbecue, but you see how that kind of went. So Oliver said he would like to do like a redo, but you should do a redo with everybody and like kind of make it fresh. I feel like if Oliver has an event with just the newbies, he could kind of not manipulate, but kind of, I don't know. They can watch the show for themselves and see who they like and they don't like. But I feel like Oliver would probably do some sneaky shit and a bunch of newbies like, you should watch out for this person and this bitch over here does this. So it should just be a combined like a mixer like at Cassadine's barbecue. Get everybody together and fucking mingle. But the thing is, Oliver acts like he is above reproach. Twix does act like he is like, because the situation with Willa, like fucking last season. I'm sorry, I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. The situation with Willa last season when they got to the cabin, Willa made a comment and Oliver took like offense to it. It wasn't even a comment towards Oliver. It was just like a general statement, and he took offense to it. So yeah, I definitely see that. Maybe he's learning how to be, I guess, approachable this season. But yeah, last season he was definitely like, you tried to call Oliver out on some shit, and it was a whole goddamn argument. So hopefully he's working on that this season. But Cassadine and Wayne, they sit down. Cassadine's still trying to get with Wayne. Cassadine is still trying to entertain Wayne with his open relationship. I said, that's interesting. You and your man's got an open relationship. How do y'all feel about open relationships? Baby, the door is closed. It's closed over here. No shade to people that are in open relationships, but I just don't share what's mine. I don't. Like, no. But like I said, I'm not looking down on people that are in open relationships. But yeah, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about open relationships. Are you in an open relationship? Would you consider being in an open relationship? So let me know in the chat, in the comments. Like I said, it's enough for me, but I don't judge people that are because at one point I was like, baby, I wouldn't mind like being a third, having a third, but that was when I was in my 20s. So, like I said, no, I'm not judging or not being shady, but I'm a little bit older, and it's just like, nah. Anyway, so Castellan meets up with Wayne following Wayne's exit from like the barbecue, and Wayne mentions that he feels like he's lost like spending a lot of time where he's lost a lot of family time with he's lost a lot of family time from like I guess being a manager or being Kendra's manager and just from working so much. And I said I feel like Wayne has regret like for not being there for his family, but in the same like sense, I feel like Wayne was a person that was kind of pushing Kendra to work. Like, what about your career? What about your career? So, like, in a sense, wouldn't you be the reason why you miss like family time? Like, don't put that on Kendra. Like, at any given time, you could have just been like, Kendra, I need to go be with my family. And I'm pretty sure Kendra would have still did what Kendra needed to do for Kendra. So I don't like how Wayne is like, I'm going through this shit and it's like Kendra's fault. Like him and Kendra have like a falling out and it's like he's throwing her under the bus for like I guess his shortcomings. Like, oh my kids are grown now. And it's like, well nigga, they're your kids, not Kendra's. Like she's not holding a gun in your head and telling you like, travel with me or be my manager. So Wayne is moving very, very weird this season. I'm not feeling his vibe, like the attack on Kendra, then him just attacking Dom for no reason. Wayne is moving. It's crazy. He's moving really weird. But Cass and I suggest that Wayne and Dominique have a conversation to hash out their beef. And Wayne makes the comment like, "Oh, Dominique is shady. He's so shady. I don't know if I want to have a conversation with him." And I was like, well, Dom is shady, but you walked into the meeting with Dom with a whole goodie bag, a shady goodie bag at that. So I was like, that's kind of a hypocrite because we'll get to it. But yeah, Wayne is moving weird this season. And he didn't really move like this last season. I'm not sure about like the previous seasons, but just watching season 5, it's a different Wayne. It's crazy because I feel like everybody else did like a 180 kind of for like the good, and Wayne did a 180 like we saw for the worst with the damn outfit change. So we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking about the outfit change momentarily because I was like, okay, like okay, Powerpuff Girl, because that's what it was giving. Like anyway, um We Were Born had a studio session where they invited Tonka, Tony, and Seven. Um, I say I like the scene because I like the song. I like to see people work. The song is catchy. Love music. I love studio scenes. So I just love to see people on these shows working on their craft. I laughed when Seven said, "I'm only Drew on stage," but she's wearing the letter D on her chest in her confessionals. So I don't know why that just made me cackle. I was like, okay, Seven, you're all right. But I did like when Tony spoke on behalf. I'm sorry, baby. See, that's why I couldn't be a news anchor. My dry as hell, my goodness. Anyway, I did like when Tony spoke on Tonka's behalf about like his pronouns or her pronouns. I'm sorry. Like, don't let people like call you the pronouns that they want to address you as. Like, no, stand 10 toes down on that shit. Like, if your pronouns are she, her, then say that. If they are they, them, say that. If it's he, him, whatever your pronouns are, just make sure people address you accordingly and properly. So I'm just loving Tony. I also wanted to go back to a conversation that Tony had with Kendra. It was a group conversation, but it was really Tony speaking at the moment about the attack that's happening on trans women. Kendra talked about losing her sister recently, and Tony made a comment that white men are killing trans women in legislation, and black men are, killing trans women in the street. And that comment was deep, like, because it's legit the truth. And like me being like a black man, she made the comment. I was like, damn, like these niggas really are out here wilding, and we already have like this reputation. And I'm not even gonna go into that, but it's wild that like Tony said, we'll be just out, like a trans woman will just be out minding her business, and then you have this guy who feels this need to like be in, be like an ass, be a dick, like because you're insecure. So instead of like going to talk to somebody about this insecurity, you rather lash out and bring like harm to like this person that you don't know because you're insecure as fuck. So I just wish like there was maybe a way for like my trans sisters to be like have protection on them at like all times. Whether if it's your hands, baby, you're going to get your hands registered, learn how to box, kickbox, taser, the pew pew. Like I just need like I want my sisters to be protected. And that's just for like black cis women, black trans women, even like my black queer brothers, like anybody in the community. I just want for us to be like able to protect ourselves and defend ourselves at any moment, any time, because it's like it's crazy out here in these streets. It's wild to me that niggas are just so insecure that a stranger literally just going on minding their business affects you so much that you have to attack them. That's like a whole coward shit. It's some coward shit. It's sick as fuck. But the conversation that they had was it was is real, especially ever since like the pandemic. Honestly, I feel like the attack on trans women has just increased at like a alarming rate. So again, I just want all of you guys, all of my sisters, trans brothers, because I can't exclude anybody. I can't exclude you guys. I just want everybody to be safe and defend themselves at any motherfucking time. But um back to this goddamn studio session. We talked about pronouns. Baby Berlin says she has a sugar daddy with ED. And I'm like, this one left. How do we go from pronouns to Jay Twan tapping on Berlin's knee to Berlin to go get the phone and have a conversation with could y'all even hear if somebody was like talking on the phone back to her? Like I thought I heard a voice, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. And then I was like, why would you have this conversation in front of a group of strangers? Like, baby, I came to support We Were Born. Like, not none of this foolishness you got going on. Like, I'm trying to hear about your sugar daddy with ED, baby. Like, nah. So I feel like I'm on the same boat as Seven and maybe fishing for a storyline, which is weird because you're a musician, baby. Like, your talent should be like your storyline. That's just me, and I'm not attacking Berlin or not dragging her, but I just feel like uh yeah, you're a musician, you're an artist, so why do you have to fish for a storyline? Like that just did not make sense because everybody was just as confused as I was. The phone call ended, they played the song, and then they left. And I was like, oh, oh, okay. Like, all right. But I did want to ask you guys, what did you think of the song? I think it's called Hard Headed. Like, okay, the harmonies, the melody, I was living for it. I went up for it. I said Seven was being shady, and then Jay Twine had to clear it in the confessional. Because it's crazy that people who don't do music always feel they need to give their opinion on music. Like Jay Twine said, "Baby, I don't critique your drag shows." He said he did have some things that he wants to say, and I would like for Jay Twine to maybe join King Carey one day and let us know some of them pointers that you would give Seven on one of her performances. I'm not trying to be shady, but just curious. Like, let us know. Let us know. So, moving along, we get a scene of, like I just said, Rico Casadine's show, The Deception, kind of like a behind the scenes type of footage. He meets up with Dom, which I thought was super interesting. He offered Dom an acting role. Just, no, I don't want to harp on it, but given their history last season, like I said, it's refreshing for them just refreshing to see them in this, like, at this stage, this point, them being cordial, them working together. It's interesting. I feel like that's what these shows are about, like essentially like networking. So Cassadine has like put Dom on his show, and it could just progress from there. Like Dom could possibly go work on another show, and then Cassadine could. It's just crazy. It's just great. It's just good to see them be in like this space, them working together. And I also thought it was funny when Dom asked Cassadine, like, "Is she about to have you playing like no Holiday Heart type of role, are you?" And then this episode, Dom is in a goddamn headscarf and a blazer. So that shit sent me, baby. Anytime I see anybody in like a headscarf and a blazer, I'm like, that's very Detroit, baby. That is very, very, very Detroit. And I'm not. I'm sorry, I wish Ian was here. Yeah, a headscarf, a bandana, any type of headwear, and a blazer. It's Detroit. So I saw that and I keep. But I also said I hope that Cassadine and Cassadine and Dom's friendship, hopefully it can kind of put the rest of the group like on track to kind of get their shit together. Like I said, there'll be drama, but I wonder what a season of Chasing would be like if everybody was just like cordial. Like, yeah, I really don't like care for you or see it for you, but we have this networking event. You're creative, I'm a creative. Let's work together and see if we can get some shit done. So I'm living for, again, I sound like I'm repeating myself a lot, but I'm just absolutely living for Rico Cassadine and Dominique's like their friendship. I love it. So speaking of Dominique, the closing scene for episode 2, Chasing Atlanta Forever. Okay, the icon meets the pain, baby. So Dom versus Wayne. This brawl, this scrap, this tussle. I said it's given that Wayne was drunk. I'm just kind of wondering what transpired with Wayne between his sit down with Cassadine when he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll have the sit down with Dominique," to him showing up to the sit down with Dominique with the bag and just throwing shade. So I was just wondering, like, why would you even show up if you had the intentions on going left? So I said Wayne came all the way left, like he possibly could have been like intoxicated. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did say Wayne swung first and got worked. You about to get this work, baby girl. Like, you swung first and Dom did his big one. Dom did what needed to be done. Like, how do you swing and then like you got mopped? Like, I'm sorry. Like, and I like Wayne, but I'm gonna say I like Wayne. Wayne is okay. Just the way he's moving this season is like kind of iffy. It's shaky. But he swung on Dominique, and I feel like Dominique won the fight. So they fought fucking on the goddamn dirt, baby, rolling around in the dirt. They fought, and then Wayne instantly runs away from the fight. Like, instantly just took flight. I'm like, where the fuck is this nigga going? He started running away like the boys was on his ass or something. Like, he was about to get arrested. Like, but somebody in the Chasing comments said that Wayne was about to go get that thing. And I said to myself, not you about to go grab a weapon after you started a fight and got whooped. Like, please make that make sense. Like, why would you go get a weapon? Like, just come back the next day. Dust yourself off and try again. Essentially, baby, just come back the next day. Make sure you rested, got some energy, and squab the next day. If you lose that, just take that L and keep it moving. But you definitely don't need to go get a weapon. Like, but Wayne running from that goddamn fight sent me. It was like, this damn fight was like, yeah, I said Wayne got whooped. I'm sorry, Wayne. You threw the punch and then you didn't follow through. And it's crazy because I did not think that Dominique was gonna like give it up like that. But like, looking at Dom's confessional fit, I'm just not realizing how jacked Dominique's arms are. Dom got them damn shotguns, and he put them things to work versus Wayne. So I'm sorry, but I watched that mess and okay, it's. I said, not these two grown men rolling around in that dirt. And then there was only two people trying to break up the fight. like and Dario, and maybe time to invest in maybe like security, maybe like 3 security guards, cause like not the cameraman trying to break up the fight, baby. Like that was a mess. Wayne running was key. Yeah, Wayne running from the fight was a whole goddamn key. Has anybody here ever watched 90 Day Fiance? There was a guy on 90 Day Fiance who runs just like Wayne does. Like so, watching Wayne run away from the fight. The guy's name is Paul from 90 Day Fiance. But watching Wayne run away from the fight reminded me of Paul from 90 Day Fiance. Like, why are you running, sir? Like, where are you going right now? I can't. When he ran like right after Debo snatched his chain. Oh my gosh. Not Debo snatched his chain. Oh my gosh. Yes, pick a place. Cutting up. Yes, poor Dario. Like trying to break up the fight is just him and somebody else. Like, I'm sorry if I started like my own, like even if I started, like if I was a part of like these web shows and somebody got this fight, no, I'm not breaking that shit up. They'll get tired eventually. They'll tire themselves out. I'm not getting involved in that shit. So I'm not about to get hit. I'm not about to get trampled. Like Port Redrick at G Status season 2 at that damn PF Chains. None of that. So grown niggas get to fighting, they just gonna get tired. Once they tired, that's when I'll step in and intervene. But no, they active, baby. They just gonna be active. You feel me? I do not have time for that. But following the fight, because this is the part that really set me. Following the fight, Dom called Seven like no tacos, bitch. And I said Seven was on the same tip. Cause she was laying in the bed, the lights was out, and the bitch ain't had no wig on. I said, she ain't going off for tacos, nah. I said, she's in for the night. I said, I saw them, I seen Seven without no wig on. I saw them cornrow. I'm like, oh, yeah, that baby ain't going nowhere tonight. And that's low-key mood. That's how I am. That's low-key how I am. Like, yes. You going to jail now? You going to jail now, baby. Absolutely. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna call the cops, but yeah, Wayne hitting Dom unprovoked was uncalled for, but he got beat up for it. So justice was served. Do you think Wayne came there just to fight? Absolutely. Yeah, that's why he came with the NG came and with the goodie bag. He definitely came there just to fight. He definitely came there just to fight. Miss Eve said, I think Wayne won. Ooh. No offense, but where? No shade, but like I said, I'm not attacking Wayne, but Wayne got like that one good punch in. And it was like he had Dom was holding Dom down on the ground, and it was like he wasn't swinging. It was like he was just holding Dom by like the neck or by the hair. So when Dom kicked that gift back, yeah, that shit had me weak. He kicked the fuck out of that bag. He kicked that bitch like he was a soccer player. Like, like he was trying to punt a football like through the fucking like the field goal, baby. Like, yes, he kicked the shit out of that bag, but that first hit was everything. That first hit, it was pretty lethal, but that was if he had followed through, he probably would have knocked Dom back and won the fight, but Dom got with him. And it's crazy because I think Dom still had on his sunglasses and his hat when Wayne hit him. And he came off the hat and glasses and he got active. They got busy. So like I didn't want them to fight, but anytime I see a fight, I'm like, damn. Like, you know, but I didn't want them to fight. But going back to Pickens' earlier comment, like, yeah, Wayne just came there to fight. He wasn't he didn't come there to try to resolve his issues with Dominique. So that was unfortunate. Cause Wayne's an artist. Like, who's gonna be trying to book like an artist if you out here thumping, baby? Watching slow mo, and that first punch was all that landing. Wayne was pulling hair. Get off my head, ho. Dom did say his hair was being pulled. Excuse me. Dom did say that his hair was being pulled. Hmm. Do y'all think that this tension between Dom and Wayne, do y'all think it's sexual, or do they really just don't like each other? Let me know how y'all feel about this. Cause I feel like if Yan was here, that would be his go-to. That would be his philosophy. I want you. The tension is definitely, especially since they fought. Dom also said, "Why you worried about my ass? You wanna fuck?" So I think that the tension be might be sexual tension. Interesting. Not a hot boy tea. Not a hot boy tea. Miss V, that first hit was giving noodle arms. My goodness, not noodle arms. Not SpongeBob arms. Goodness. I think that first hit by Wayne was based on the height difference of Dom sitting back, but Dom definitely got the upper hand toward the end. He did. Damn, I really was not expecting them to. Well, I saw it in the trailer that they were thumping, but yeah, I was not expecting like this sit down or not. What is it even sit down? This meet up to lead to a fight. I'm just wondering what Wayne was like, what his mindset was walking into the sit down. Like, why would you agree to go to a sit down with bad energy? Like, so I'm pretty sure that would be like the last time that Dom and Wayne the Pain will have a conversation. Like, baby, you swing on me. We don't have shit else to talk about. Ooh, why everybody bringing douche bottles as a guest this season? Is they paying the time, baby? We just gonna bypass that because we don't do self cleaning ovens over here. Absolutely not. But noodle arms. Maybe they all think they have. Not self clean. And I just said that. I'm so mad. I just got damn hype. Can we get the self cleaning oven talk? Because we know, baby, there's no such thing as a self cleaning oven. You have to put water in a self cleaning oven to create steam for it to clean itself. Like, so I don't know what Oliver's talking about. I just hope, um, no Picasso, no Van Gogh, no Monet, like no baby. We don't do painting of any types. I mean, we'll do like okay. You see the paint back there? We'll paint a bedroom, but any type of other paint, baby, no, we just don't do that. And I feel like I feel disgusted that I even have to reiterate that. As grown man, I feel sick to my stomach that I have to make that a PSA. Anyway, um, I think Wayne just dislikes Dom. He does. He does. His energy when he pulled up, he was like, "Oh, I can't get a hug, like bitch. No, why would I hug you? And you just ended up attacking me." Like, yeah, Wayne was definitely. I don't want to be like, I don't want to say off one because that could be misinterpreted, but he was definitely. He was. I would say he was feeling himself. No, Beyonce. Wayne was feeling himself. So, um, I wonder what Dom did to Kendra and Wayne to make them so angry. It couldn't be the get Kendra better dresses and wigs comment, could it? I know Kendra was really upset about that comment, but to like both of them to attack Dom or Kendra to try to attack Dom and to for Wayne, to actually attack Dom, like what the fuck did he do? Like, let me know in the comments because I'm lost. I'm a little lost. Wayne is becoming Kendra this season. He had his transformation in the confessional like Kendra. Yeah, the Dark Barbie activate. Yeah, it's crazy that he throwing so much shade at Kendra, but he's also slowly trying to become Kendra. I would like to interview Wayne's baby mamas. That's what I would like to do. And Ken Carey, somebody set that up. That's somebody set that up. I would like to interview Wayne's baby mothers or his baby mama. Like Wayne said he got 2 kids, but he not out in these streets acting like a father of 2 kids. So that's not shade. That's not shade because I don't know anything about raising kids, but Wayne out here acting a fool in those Atlanta streets, and it's a little concerning. Just a little concerning. But yeah, that wraps episode 2, season 6, The Icon Meets the Pain, Chasing Atlanta. Thank you again for everybody that came through and commented. Thank you for everybody that's gonna watch. And thank you to Dario and his production team for being consistent, putting out episodes every week, whether it's fucking Chasing Atlanta or Miss Chasing Dallas. Miss Chasing LA just a little bit. But yeah, thank you guys, or thank you and Dario and team for just putting out amazing content, being consistent, and just having to deal with so many personalities and getting this content uploaded through all these I just know it's a lot to produce these shows and to edit these shows and then to upload the shows to YouTube and having to just work with all these personalities and film all these different personalities. I know it's a lot. So I just want to thank, like I said, Dario and team and all the other production teams that film these shows for Damon and I, or also these other viewers to review. So thank y'all for all your hard work and y'all patience. This has been Key and Carrie. I'm solo. I'm Troy because Damien had to work. I miss Yon. So yes, thank you for everybody that came through, everybody that commented. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.